On the next rock. Send it.
Wow!
A little crazy.
Oh, it was a little crazy, yeah. And welcome to Grenada, where it is pretty windy.
Yeah, we've got ourselves comfortable, we've got the kedge anchor out, we've been in this anchorage for a little while now, but we have been exploring as well.
We have inland and a chance to do some diving. I hope you like the film. Coming up, a creative underwater world of statues. Catching lionfish. They taste better than they look. And jump, taking the plunge in Grenada. A cool breeze, clear water, a good day for a sail up the coast. We are anchoring just around the corner from the nature reserve, where an underwater sculpture park lies just below the surface.
No one else here. Look at that. Place to get up early in the morning.
And there they are. More than 65 statues are secured to the seabed. An entire world created from the imagination of artists who want to encourage people to go diving and understand more about the ocean. They are made of neutral pH cement and are textured to provide a habitat for coral. Slowly, the statues will merge into the nature of the sea. The Blue 3 hooker we're using allows us to stay under for longer, which is good because there's no clear map of where all the sculptures are. Carnival Parade is the newest addition to the park, which extends over half an acre. Some of the other iconic statues are hidden within the rocks, already taking on the pinky colour of coral. The challenge is to find them all. Meanwhile, we continue our adventures inland. It is jungly.
It is. It's very green. It's beautiful.
It really is. Plenty of water here. And of course, in the middle of the jungle, there are waterfalls.
People are jumping in. I've heard some big splashes. Nowhere from.
This is the more touristy side of Grenada. Annandale Waterfall even has professional jumpers. More up our street, or stream in this case, is the Seven Sisters Waterfall, which is about a 2-kilometre walk into the jungle. Yeah, I can see why they give you a stick. It's not just to show that you've paid, it's actually quite useful. It's a ruggedy old path, this. Made it.
Good stepping stones.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Look at this. It's beautiful.
There are a couple of cooling pools to swim in and a series of waterfalls, 7 in all, but only the first 2 are accessible without a guide. And there are fish. If you like just playing in the water, in the jungle, this is the place for you. And for the more adventurous, those trekking with a local guide, you can do this.
Now, why did you do that?
You only live once. You only live once, you gotta enjoy it.
And what do you feel like?
Right now, a lot better than when I was up there.
Yeah. And happy I don't have to climb back down again.
That's true. The climb was the worst part.
Oh, really?
The climb was insane, yeah.
There are signs to say don't try jumping, but hey, as the man said, you only live once. It's just not for me.
I hope it's deep enough. On the next rock. Send it.
Now, talking of jumping, this is Joel. And this is Greece, where we first met nearly 3 years ago.
A little crazy.
Joel's boat, Shaq Matei, is here in Grenada. She needs some work.
You're kind of seeing her stripped bare, so there's no shade, there's no bimini. You know, you're seeing her at her worst. But, you know.
But you're putting a lot of work in, I know that, from recent days, because you left her for a year, and now you're trying to make her something, you know, into a, so not a bums on a boat type boat, not the original idea of just get in a boat and get going, which you did with your brother, wasn't it, and a friend?
Correct.
In the beginning.
Correct.
Now, what's the plan? What
Well,
are
the
you trying to
plan
do?
is to make it cruise-worthy boat, so it's somewhat comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned a few things in about 7 years of sailing this boat that, you know, I do actually want some showers, and I even might want a hot shower instead of using a weed sprayer.
Yeah.
And like a water maker, because I don't have a lot of water storage, and it's just a pain, especially because I've been doing it on my own.
Yeah.
When I had somebody else, it was manageable.
Yeah. And one thing adds to another, doesn't it? Because once you decide, okay, you need a water maker, you need, you know, other sort of creature comforts, you then need a big battery bank, don't you? And then you need a bigger solar bank or a generator and all those things. So you've got a list that's growing, I would imagine.
Yes, it's a great list, and I've now determined, look, I'm either gonna do all these things or I'm done with boat life.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, they say don't get sentimental with sailboats. I hear that, you know, and I have to admit I'm sentimental with Shaq Matei.
Yeah.
I feel like she's taught me so much. I have learned about life and myself. It's been hard, but you know, and eventually I do want a bigger boat. There's many reasons, but I'm not done with Shaq Matei.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is get the water maker, get a better battery bank.
Yeah.
You know, really.
Looks like
A Dodger.
Looks like you're up for a new outboard.
New
as well.
outboard, new dinghy,
What's going on that
redo
outboard?
the rigging.
Before he can do the upgrade, Joel is earning some money working as crew, delivering a luxury yacht to Dubai. One of his teammates is Carston.
It's a Privilege 585, 2012. It's like a luxury catamaran. Beautiful, beautiful cabins. Just everything matches on the boat. You know, it can sail 10, 11 knots, four cabins. Everyone has their own head.
It's extremely luxurious, very comfortable.
It's an ambitious trip, not only crossing an ocean, but also navigating the Suez Canal and sailing the coast of Yemen.
So we are ultimately headed to Dubai. We're gonna have to do first the crossing, head into Gibraltar, possibly hit Malta, and a few more down the way towards the Suez Canal. Make it through there, and then head around to Dubai. And ultimately, it should be about 3 months.
Brilliant. And Joel, this is kind of to make money to support Jacques Mate, as you've told us about, but it's also going to be a sea adventure, isn't it? A little bit more sailing for you.
Correct, yeah. I mean, get an Atlantic crossing under my belt, have an epic adventure, which is something I love, and then work towards a captain's license, something that's going to really set us up. I mean, 9,700 miles. We're going to log all the miles professionally. We're working with 2 experienced captains. So it's a big, like, we really want to learn. I think we're both in that page of really want to learn how professionals sail, and it's going to be a rare opportunity.
Now, you could get hooked on that, couldn't you, and forget your lovely Jacques Mate. What do you think?
It's possible. It's possible, but no, I don't think so. I think it's all part of my plan for Jacques Mate, to get the captain's license, to save the money that I'm making from the delivery.
Okay, and Carston, your plans are also to try and work towards your captain's license.
Yeah, so the miles as well towards my license and the overall experience. I mean, I'm 23 and getting to cross this off my bucket list, it's huge for me.
And provisioning, how's that going?
Right now?
She's killing it.
That's my baby.
She's got a spreadsheet.
So I'm kind of working off of a formula for my first few provisioning trips on how much of everything I'm going to have to buy. So I've made a list, checked it twice, run the numbers, and yeah, I think it's going to be a big provisioning trip, but it should be good. We've got a lot of storage on the boat and some hands to help us haul it in.
And before they leave, there's just one more thing they want to do. Head back to Fair Isle and jump.
For us, we have a short trip back to Prickly Bay, and we're going to be here for a while, so we want to make ourselves comfortable. The satellite picture shows it well. With the wind invariably from the east, everyone sits across the bay. If there's swell, it'll wrap round the headland and come straight in from the south and onto your beam. So if you don't want to roll, it pays to do something about it. We have an ultraline reel on both sides, which was essential for the stern tying we did in Turkey, but it's great for this too. So we just run it out in the dinghy and drop in the kedge anchor. It's fairly shallow here, so the angle isn't ideal. And pull us round. So it's stuck out a little bit from the boat, so I'll go and stick my marker buoy on it. Does the job nicely, even if the kedge is at a bit of a shallow angle. It's quite shallow here. So that's made a huge difference. It's really good. A little bit of bobbing, just up and down, but so much better than the sort of rolling that you're getting if you're side onto this stuff, and that's good because I'm going to be here for a week because Judy's gone up to New Jersey to see her father who's been a bit poorly, so I'm going to be here doing boat work and editing and bits and pieces, and we should be nicely in place. You can see we've got the snubber sort of well out at an angle now because we are sort of sitting to the wind, which is coming sort of straight in here, and because of that the stern line goes out a fair way and at a reasonably shallow angle, so I've got a buoy there sort of just over it after it's gone under the water. So yeah, I mean, even if a dinghy comes within sort of 5 or 6 foot of that, you know, it should be absolutely fine now, but people will see, you know, when that's out there that you've got something sticking out at an angle, fairly shallow angle hopefully, and not do it. I mean, it's fairly obvious because you know, the boats that are pointing this way obviously doing something to do that, and it is catching because look, you've got this boat doing it now, this boat doing it here, and then all the others on their side are the ones that are rolling. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult when you're in the middle of a mooring field like this. I don't like doing it if you're the only one that's stern tied and swinging differently to the rest, then you've got to be careful. But I'm going to be on the boat the whole time, and with Judy gone, obviously I'll be slaving away, non-stop work. It's a really hard life, endless jobs, nothing but solid graft. Okay, there was the pool tournament at the brewery. And the live music. And the Lionfish fundraiser. Interesting. I think I need to know more. So the next day, after I'd recovered from all the hard work and the hangover, I visited Aquanauts, the local dive centre in True Blue Bay, as they do a lot of conservation work, including lionfish hunts and training divers how to kill them. So what's the problem with lionfish?
The biggest problem with lionfish is they eat juvenile fish, and they eat a lot of juvenile fish. So they're non-discriminate. They don't have a preference for one thing or another, they just consume. And in doing that, they consume parrotfish, which keeps the algae off the reef. They consume some of the large schooling fish, which keeps the grouper fed. It completely disturbs the ecosystem. And it takes the fish out, it takes the juvenile fish that are necessary for the health of the reef out. And it does it really quickly because they breed so consistently and so prolifically.
They're an invasive species from Asia, cropping up first in Florida, probably having been released from a tropical fish tank back in the 80s. They quickly spread along the coast and made a jump to the Bahamas. By the 90s, they were in the Caribbean. They worked their way all the way down the chain and got to where we are here in Grenada by 2011. Jumping forward to present day, they're all over the Caribbean and beyond. They breed fast and can't be conventionally fished.
It's a slightly more challenging fish because of the way you have to fish for it. You can't drop a line because of the way they hide in reefs. You can't simply take a net to it or something to that effect. You actually have to go spear it.
But you do need some special equipment. These fish are venomous.
It's a spear and a thing called a zookeeper, which it's functionally a large tube with a funnel on the top that allows you to push the fish in and then pull it off your spear as it comes out.
And then once the fish is dead and you get it back to the boat and you're going to fillet it, how dangerous is it there? How careful? Equally
dangerous, yep. First thing you need to do is get the spines out of the way. That's do those kinds of things, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. You can get as uncomfortably poked after you have got it with a dead fish as you can with a perfectly live one within a couple of hours.
Have you ever had it?
Yes. Very painful. Yes, it's very, very painful. It's a thing you want to avoid. There's no question about it.
And showing us how to avoid it, Crispin, who has become an expert at avoiding the poisonous spines. Almost too many to count.
8, 10, about 12 of those on the top. None on the side ones right here, but you do have a sneaky one to the lower fin.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you get to the back, in the bottom here, you have about 3 of those that can get you. Yeah. But because I've developed a few skills with this, it's down. Yeah. Okay, all I have to do is not make a mistake and go back this way. You know?
Yeah.
No, I just want to press my hand down and slice and see how much fillet I can get. Okay? Obviously, this one's a bit small, but if it's big, you know, the bigger the juicier, you want to get as much meat as you can. So now, this is the trickier part right here, because now that we flipped it, the spines are now facing to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to run that same line behind the head, go into the anus. Okay. And then I run that knife right back here. Okay. And I'm heading back this way. Now, as I'm heading this way, all the spines are facing me, so I don't want to play around with it. But as I'm heading this way, I got my thumb. Okay. I'm using my thumb. So as I'm going to the right, which is my right, as I'm going across, I'm pushing the spines down.
A lot of effort, but definitely worth it. The fish and chips and the fish tacos we had at the brewery were absolutely excellent. So get out there and catch some lionfish.
Quite a lot of work filleting a lionfish.
It was. He wouldn't have bothered if it wasn't for the demonstration. He doesn't do the little ones normally, but they do catch them just because, you know, for conservation they want to kill as many as possible. I mean, he was telling me about a competition last year up in Florida where they killed several thousand in one day. It shows the scale of the problem. And they do regular competitions here as well, and then take them all up to the brewery for fish and chip night. So hopefully, when we're back here, because we will be back here at some point, that'll coincide, and you can get to try it because it's really nice fish.
Yeah, you said it was the best you'd ever had.
Well, it's like a really nice cod. I mean, it's just it's different.
Okay. The other thing I want to do is see more of the statues. I'm not sure we saw them all. Some of them are quite small, actually, as well as being well hidden.
Yeah, they are. And we didn't have great visibility when we were there. It was better visibility this week, apparently, although now this swell's come in, maybe not. So we're going to be passing it several times. So if we do it in good viz, we'll set ourselves the task of seeing if we can get them all.
Well, next time we should be in St Lucia, because that's the plan, to leave here in the next few days, to sail up to St Lucia, pick up Millie, our youngest daughter, have a couple of weeks with her.
Yeah, so anyone with good ideas from where to go from St Lucia, we were thinking Martinique, but several people have here said, no, go south, go to Bequay and the Grenadines and that sort of stuff, which I think might be more up our street. I don't know. We were thinking of Martinique for the shopping mainly, I think.
We were. Well, yes, still got an issue with the supermarket thing.
Getting good veg, yeah, it's difficult here, and yeah, it might be better there. People say it's better there, but yeah, give us your ideas, and give us your ideas for hurricane season as well, because obviously we've got to stay south of this part of Grenada. So yeah, places to go.
But yes, exactly. So that's until November. So yes, a good 6 months. We've got lots of places to explore. We're thinking of the ABCs, maybe going down as far south as the San Blas. We're not sure.
Yeah, we'd be lovely to go to the San Blas, but then we've got to go all the way back up again. But yeah, tell us what you think.
So thank you very much to our patrons. Thank you to our subscribers, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.